child you refuse to train will not give you peace in your old age.
Oh, the child you refuse to train will not give you peace in your old age.
When you love unconditionally, which is expected, submission from your wife becomes easy. It's not about money. People should understand. Money is good, but it's not about money. A man meeting his responsibilities is not just about giving the wife money.
It's beyond money.
It's beyond money. It's about being responsible, being a leader.
Being a leader.
Showing direction.
Showing leadership. Direction.
Yes, direction. Parents should understand that the schools are not meant to train our children.
Schools are not meant to train our children.
So when parents put out their children there, in sport, I said they deposit their children. Yes, they deposit their children.
Deposit them.
Yes, and expect the children to instill such values. No. That's a wrong parenting. The responsibility lies with us as fathers. Lies with us as men. Because whatever we are today is what the younger men will pick from. If I'm irresponsible, I don't expect my son to be responsible. The biggest challenge for our young men is the lack of self-control. And that is why you find them indulge. Because when life has pushed them, slap them left, right, and center, they are looking for the easiest way of escape. That escapist mentality is what has destroyed a lot of young men. A man without God's influence in his life, by default, is a man of discontentment.
He will never be satisfied.
Exactly. For him to be content, he has to learn contentment. So contentment is not a gift.
Contentment is not a gift.
Yes. Contentment has to be learned. A young man without God in his life is already an endangered species.
Boy.
So ours is to continue to speak. What you're doing with the verb is important.
Thank you.
Whether they hear or not, but I can tell you there are young men that are listening, that are watching. And what we are saying here today and what has been said previously and what will be said subsequently will plant some mustard seed.
Oh, yes.
Somewhere in their hearts.
Yeah.
That just requires a bit of watering and it will grow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome one more time to the Valve Podcast by the What Ideas. And it's still me, Alex, and it's good to have you guys here today. How was your week? How was your day? From wherever you're watching us, they've said we don't normally acknowledge you guys, so we're acknowledging you guys from wherever you're watching us from. We appreciate you for joining us on today's episode. And today we're going to be looking at a very, very, very sensitive topic. Today I have my chairman here, my big boss, Twali Baba. All right.
Of us will raise our hand too.
I will Twali Baba. He's a senior man. His profile is fat. In short, I'm going to leave this profile page for a long time for you to read through. Look at his profile. His profile is very, very fat. He's the former GM of Corporate Society of Nigeria. He's the senior executive chairman of Purple Blue Music Business Academy. He's a multifaceted, multi-talented, international mogul. Boss, welcome to our podcast. It's indeed a pleasure having you here, sir.
Thank you, Lex.
Thank you. I am really glad having you here to dissect this matter.
No, when you call, we just say where. We don't ask how far. We say where. We start the journey,
Yes,
but it's really exciting to be here. I've watched a lot of your episodes, and
Thank you, sir.
so I count it a privilege to be here today.
Thank you so much.
To enjoy what others have been enjoying. You know, so well done, the vows.
I am blushing. Butterflies in my belly.
This is important.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Our young men, boss. So many boys on the street, see them hanging like ghosts, swinging, swaggering left and right, confused. And personally, I have a soft spot and a strong passion for working with young men, but it has been very difficult these days because there's so much distraction. When you even bring people up from maybe the rural areas, say, okay, come and grow, or everybody just wants money. So many social media influence of seeing people flaunting money, displaying big cars, even though they are borrowed cars or they are not fully paid for, displaying cars. The pressure is so much. And that's why we're looking at today's topic, which is the harsh truth about being a man in today's world. That's our topic. The harsh truths. The harsh truths. And our ladies are, in a way, not understanding the struggles and this frustration. So, Baba, before I go into my question, what's your take on what it's like being a man in today's world?
Yes, you are right, really. And I also work with a lot of those young men. And when you look at the environment in which, or the situation in which they find themselves, I don't pity them, but I have compassion.
Okay.
Because there's a difference between pity
and empathy
and having real compassion for them. And you can pity them and do nothing.
You can pity them and do nothing.
And do nothing, because pity is but you can actually have compassion for them, and that compassion motivates something in you to want to take a step.
That compassion motivates something in you to want to take a step.
To say, how and what do I need to do to help these ones better their lives? And yes, a lot of them have that struggle. And I talked to, on Sunday, for instance, I was going to church, and I ran into a few of them. And they were hailing me, calling pastor, calling that, and all of that. And I said, okay, you know what? Since you guys have refused to go to church, and you guys are my people, and I brought all of them close. I said, you guys are my people, you are my brothers, and all of that. And I started speaking with them, and a lot of them saw reasons, and they will confess to you. They will tell you, Baba, we understand what you are saying, but we don't know what's in they do us.
We don't know what's in they do us.
So it's like they are at the point of helplessness, and it will take an external force to actually pull them out of where they are currently. And that's why, for those of us who work with them, we must never give up, because like I do say, and I don't want to sound Christian-y or whatever, you and I are not better than them.
True.
Yes, we are not better off than them.
True.
We are simply saved by grace.
Simply saved by grace.
Yes. So you take away the work of grace, we are as bad as you think they are. We are maybe we might even be worse. So what I continue to say is that the challenges are real, because some came from fractured homes, some came from neglected parenting, some came from the environment they grew up. However, I keep saying this, that irrespective of these factors, the power of making choices still rests with you, the young man.
The power of making choices still rests with you.
I have seen people from wrong parenting, from wrong environments, when you mean environment that are really not conducive for proper growth of
development.
Yeah, but you look at them, you find out that they turned out well. And it's basically because of the choices they made. Every one of us in life, there's always choices that life will present to us.
I quite agree. Quite agree. As a filmmaker, you back with some of the filmmaking background, directing, there's usually probably like 5 to 10 perspectives to one action. Like there are different ways you could have probably taken.
Exactly. And you see, and this topic is close to my heart because I grew up in an environment where I was exposed to a lot of choices.
Like Ajegunle.
Yes, I grew up at Ajegunle.
Wow, coincidentally, I just said Ajegunle.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying it because
Yes, I grew up there, and I told you I was there last Saturday.
Yeah.
I went back to the hood there to see the guys there and also to speak to them.
Wow.
So I grew up in such environments where you would think that it's a tough world, it's a tough environment.
But Ajegunle is a tough environment.
Yes, it is. Just like every other environment. It's just the I would say, yes, you say Ajegunle is tough. There are other places that are even tougher. But it's just because Ajegunle over the years,
the credibility of...
Absolutely. But if you look at Ajegunle too, some of our biggest stars came from that environment.
Yeah.
Exactly. So came from that environment. So it then means that it is not the environment that is bad. It is the choices that you make while growing up.
Who influences? Because I 100% agree that choices. But if we're going the 12-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old who probably don't understand the options of life, how do they decide to say, okay, this is the choice, this is the path I want to take, without being influenced by the bros in the area? Because I've been privileged to stay in such areas too, but not for long, where you see you have some, they call them Brother Dugbo, some uncle, yes, come, Jumbo, come, go buy smoke there for me. And the mother is at home. The mother probably sent the boy to go and buy crayfish or something. But Brother Jumbo, because the boy walks on the street and he's always afraid of Brother Jumbo. And Brother Jumbo says, yes, come, go buy smoke there, come. So what to that young, because for me, I'm about being very practical. That young, that 12-year, 14-year-old kiddo in that hood, how does he decide to make the right choice?
Okay. Let me shock you. I was faced with such situations too.
Oh.
When I was growing up. Yes.
Grew up. My prophet.
Grew up in an environment where we're 6 in our family.
Okay.
Parents, siblings, in one room.
Wow.
Yes, in
6.
one room. Yes, in one room. 6 in one room. And where you need to wake up very early to use the toilets.
I can imagine.
Yes, where you need to wake up early to use the bathroom. Where if you are so pressed, you have to go and look for where to do short put.
Oh shit.
Yes. So we grew up in such an environment where uncles and all of that, big seniors around you, will always send you such errands to go and buy cigarettes and all of that. And somehow you ask yourself, how come our lives turned out
the way
it turned out? It's because right from our homes, we had parents that were instilling in us certain values that we, irrespective of the situation around our environment, we dare not.
So intentionality from the parents.
Absolutely. I'll give you a simple example. We used to have a river around that environment. If you are close.
Coconut boundary?
Yeah.
Side.
No, if you are, this is Orile now. If you are familiar with Eric Moore area and all of that, there used to be some, because there were a lot of factories there. Yeah, so my mom particularly would always say, because she was a petty trader, and she goes to the market, we'll be at home from school when we come back from school, and she will say, "You dare not leave the house to go and swim."
Oh shit.
So
Super mommy.
one day, we went out with my younger brother to go and swim. How this woman take no say we go swim, only God knows.
Did they get antenna?
Good. And she came back, we were all asleep. And she came and woke us up. Guy, the beating that day. The beating that day. So what I'm saying is that sometimes parents create problems for their children by indulging them.
Parents create problems for their children by indulging them.
Yes.
No boundaries.
Yes, no
limits.
boundaries, no limitations. You have not created that fear
in them.
That holy fear, that godly fear to say, if you try this, I woes you. Do you understand? So at least coming from where I came from, I look back now and I see that I'm grateful for the kind of parents that I had. They were not really too churchy kind of people. It's not that you find them in the church regularly.
Yeah.
But there is something they understood.
Intentionality.
Yes, that we don't have money.
But our values.
These children
must be better.
Must be better than us. So then they appear to be wicked to us because we felt that if these are your parents, the kind of punishment they were giving to us
too harsh.
Were too harsh. You understand? But that began to shape something inside of us unknowingly. It began to shape something and produce what is called a mind shift.
Produced a mind shift.
Yes, that even though I'm in this environment, I remember the words that, yes, my son, we are in this environment, but this is not where you are supposed to be.
My son, I know you are in this environment, but this is not where you are supposed to be.
I still remember that in the whole of that environment, I was among the very few that proceeded to the university. Why? Because my parents would labor. My mom was selling petty things at Orile bus stop there. But she never played with the fact that we must go to school. Even though we were the last to pay school fees and all of that, do those small things.
Yeah, I understand.
But at the end of the day, they instilled certain values. So for our young men, it starts from their homes. Parents should understand that the schools are not meant to train our children.
Schools are not meant to train our children.
So when parents put out their children there in sport, I said they deposit their children. Yes, they deposit their children.
They deposit them.
Yes, and expect the children to instill such values. No. That's a wrong parenting. The church is also not meant to bring up our children. And I think people should know how to demarcate these responsibilities. What has happened in our country where we have lost it is, and it's not just about the environment of the poor you are coming from, even among the rich. So you expect the school to train your children on common courtesy.
No.
You expect the church to train your children on common good morning, ma, good morning, sir, good morning, daddy.
And it breeds a lot of disrespectful things with sense of bad sense of entitlement.
Exactly. So for us, we grew up in that kind of tough environment. I will not say it's a bad environment,
it's a
tough environment. It's a challenging environment. But we grew up in a system where we had parents, blessed be their souls right now, where we had parents that in spite of that condition in which we found ourselves, we did not. My parents never allowed the environment to condition our thinking. No. They were feeding us with counterculture.
Counterculture. Hey, I love that.
Yes, they were feeding us with counterculture. Things that were counter to the environment in which we find ourselves. An environment that says you must smoke once you are 14 years old. They were saying, no, if you smoke, you die. So they put in us things that made us to create certain kind of restraint. And that's the restraint that a lot of children have lost. Because parents
have failed.
Especially men,
failed
as fathers in their responsibility to indeed bring up their children the way they should be brought up.
Modern world, gentle parenting. What's your take on it? Because what you're saying now is, will I say, it counters the whole idea of modern gentle parenting. You know, there's a time such as modern gentle parenting. Oh, no, you don't need to be harsh. You don't need to raise your voice on him. You don't need to spank him. Just ask gently. So in everything the child does, you have to approach the child gently, as though the child is your boss or something. Like, you don't want to hurt the emotional, the feeling.
That's another failure of fathers. Yes. Your children, look, I think there are fathers out there, there are mothers out there. Your children are not your friends. You are not their friends. For goodness sake, you are not their father.
But is it not, sorry, that is not why most children, when they grow up, they end up tilting towards, they love their mother than their father.
No, you see, also that's the imbalance. That's the imbalance. And that's why.
And women take advantage of these things, though.
Yeah, and those are women that are not. Those are women that lack understanding. Yes, they lack understanding, because at the end of the day, the father is the leader of the home.
100.
And the responsibility of the father is to take care of the home. When couples are not together with shared vision.
I love that.
When couples are not together with shared vision, such occurrences happen. Where children will easily tit to the other side, either to the mom or to the father. Thinking that one took care of the other, or one is better than the other in terms of who took care of them. But parenting where both father and mother understood that these children are gifts from the Almighty to us. It's our responsibility to bring them up in a way that they fulfill their purpose here on earth. Then it becomes a shared responsibility, because they have the same vision for the family and for the children. Now, in my home, when I give money to my wife, because everything about the children I give to her, but she never stopped telling them that it's your father that brought the money.
That's a good way.
Even in situations where
she's the one
bringing the money. Even in situations, she's the one bringing the money. She will say, it's your dad that brought the money.
She's amazing.
That's what I'm telling you. Yes, I get to pay her back, but she never for one day informed the children that, oh, I'm the one doing this or I'm the one doing that. And that's the point I'm making. Because parents must understand that you are a team. And raising those children, you must raise them as a team. You understand?
Yeah.
And she will talk to my children and they will confide in her. They will say, we know you must tell daddy. Now, they have learned to speak to her because they know invariably she will speak to me. Because they believe that fathers don't know how to show love. But so they talk to their mom. But the truth is, she has never stopped telling them that, oh, this came from your father. And that is what women should do. However, for a man to earn such a place in the heart of the woman, that man must be a father indeed.
That man must be a father indeed. Not just figurehead, not a figurehead.
Yes, because the truth is that a man that cannot take care of his household
is worse than an infidel.
So you must be able to. What you should understand is, it's not about who earns more.
Okay.
Yes, it's not about the woman earning more.
Okay.
Or the man earning more. The man's role is to provide spiritual leadership.
Covering.
is to provide covering for the family. And he must be present. Sometimes it's not just being at home 247. That means that you're present. No. I travel a lot, but I can tell you, I know practically everything
Going on at home.
going on. Because
you need to be involved.
Yes, you need to be involved. So you need to earn it. Women want men that are responsible. Women want men that can take charge.
That are responsive.
Yes.
Responsive.
See, so they are not looking to take the role of a man. No.
Yeah, most of them do. Because
They don't.
There are some.
No, you see, truly, women don't want to take, because what it takes to be a man.
I think we should make an episode on
what it takes
to be a man.
What it takes to be a man. I do not think any woman wants to attempt
Show
it.
that it's a lot.
But when there is a failure with the man in terms of him meeting up his responsibility, and it's not about money. People should understand, money is good, but it's not about money. A man meeting his responsibility is not just about giving the wife money.
It's beyond money.
It's beyond money. It's beyond being, it's about being responsible, being a leader.
Being a leader.
Showing direction.
Showing leadership. Direction.
Yes, direction. Saying this is the way. Because what men don't understand is that you are the priest of your home. So what you will not teach your children, no pastor, no school teacher can teach them.
Boss, this is deep. This is one of the most strong intros I've had. It's deep. But so looking at our modern times now, most online influencers tend to, inspire most of our young cats out there. From your own perspective, do you think they are doing these things right? Like you see, let me not mention any celebrity, but you see most of our celebrities will come out. I just launched this GMC, AMG. I just blah blah. I just bought, this is my 15th house. You see some young cats, maybe probably like 20 years with so much money from maybe streaming or something, and they start telling you, no. I know they go church. I don't believe in pastor. I know, they start shaping, throwing out ideas and opinion, and these guys have millions of followers. Are they? I mean, what's wrong, sir? What did they have? What did they sub about?
You see, social media, like every other technology, it's neutral. I keep telling people, technology is moral neutral.
As amoral, then?
Yes, it's amoral. So people should understand that it's just like money. Money is
neither bad or good.
It's neither bad or good. So it's how you deploy the tool that either makes it good or makes it appear bad. Now, social media is very good for those who deploy it very well, but it could be seriously dangerous if you do not know how to respond to the things that you see and hear from social media platforms.
And what the culture, the culture right now, predominantly, the predominant culture now in, like, at least in this Nigerian space that I'm aware of, before years now, it has been show off. In short, Instagram, number one, is a show of affluence. I'm doing well. Even people that are pretending I'm better, my life is better than. And most of these young guys are seeing these things and they are like, they want to make money. You see a young person and you are advising or coaching or trying to mentor the person or look on the value of process and stuff like that. They are not interested, Baba. What they want is Bella just bought one Range Rover, one AMG or one Kiniko. That's what they want.
You see, also I go back to, yes, you have those influencers, you have. What people don't understand is that a lot of what you see on social media, a lot of them are not real. It's an illusion.
Illusion.
Yes, a lot of them are not real. a lot of them are pure marketers. Yes, they are marketers. They are either selling something or something is selling them. So now, for a young man who is constantly exposed
to social media,
to these things, this is my philosophy, and people might agree with it or disagree with it. I do believe that what you constantly expose yourself to, you become.
100. I agree. Totally. I agree.
Yes. Because what you constantly expose yourself to will either only reveals the true content of your heart.
Your appetite.
Yes. So, you see all those show off. And listen, it didn't start from social media.
Yeah.
Even in our days, we had people showing off wealth in various forms, either with nice dresses or with cars.
Painting the town red.
Exactly. So it didn't start painting the town red. It starts in the social media era. So those things it's just that it has evolved over the years.
Yeah.
And right now, we now have devices where we have direct access
to people,
to all of these things. But the truth is, irrespective of what you watch or see on social media platforms, it cannot take away the place of diligence and patience.
But what platforms do we have? Our religious institutions, how many of them are really laying emphasis on these values you're talking about? Because I also share that opinion that, look, yes, it's the fancy cars, the nice cars and everything, the beautiful house, but there are processes to attaining those status. You understand? Nobody tends to focus on showing these young men that look, yes, as much as you like to own this AMG or whatever, you need to legitimately, because the absence of that is what I feel has led to the rise of all this ritual, whatever. You see a lot of ritual, money ritual, and all these bad vices.
Lex, I still take it back to the home. I still take it. You see, you cannot divorce whatever is going on. The country.
Children know they hear what do.
No, listen. The country is a reflection. Whatever is happening in the country is a reflection of what is happening in our homes. Yes, I know they are stubborn children. They are stubborn children. But regardless of how stubborn that child is a father that has done his own part
due diligence, yeah,
by instilling values in the life of that child. Look, even if at some point you took a wrong path, something has been sown in you. And people must understand that the words that our fathers speak, the words that we speak to our children, they are life. They might not produce immediate fruits that we can see. But the truth is that somewhere within the recess of their heart, the words are there. They may be dormant. But when, God forbid, maybe for some reason, they depart from that path that their father has been pointing them to. But because
the seeds of those words
is still there. Once there is an occurrence that is like a shock, like it's like a sharp trajectory in their life, that seed is activated. And you begin to find out, the child will say, but my father told me these things. Sometimes it is late, but most times it's not late, because there's an opportunity for you to return. So parents, especially the men, must first of all carry out their own responsibility, because the failure of the child starts from home. The success of the child starts from home. And the issue of hard work these days we've commonized, because even some parents themselves are supporters.
Of
Yes, it's so sad
it's
that you
unfortunate.
know that your daughter, your son, nobody asks questions anymore.
No, the child just comes home with one flashy
Exactly,
car,
nobody asks
and
questions.
the mother is run. You are not processing it. This boy is 19
Yes.
years. This boy is 20 years old. Which can you walk into buy
Exactly.
motor of 40 million naira?
So that's why I said it goes back to the home. Because if the father, some of us grew up when we come back to school, when we come back from school.
You come back with the wrong shoe, self.
Exactly.
Who get that shoe? You go explain tire.
Before they ask you questions, say they don't slap you first. So what I'm saying is this. Whatever you find in the life of a young man, check the home. Yorubas do have a proverb. I don't know how to say. Someone is carrying a load. You are carrying a load. And the load is bent. And you say, Lagbaja, your load is bent. Oh. And the man is saying, you are looking at the wrong place. Look at it because the man's leg is bent.
So load way bend. No be the
No
load,
be the top.
Look the leg.
Look the leg.
Deep. Deep.
Exactly. So it's not. So you are focusing
on the wrong thing.
So when you focus on the man, the young man, you are focusing on the wrong person. Even though that same young man has his own responsibility. He needs to be accountable. But he came from somewhere.
There's a father that brought him.
So, and because we don't understand that we shall be accountable of these children. So, that struggle will always be there. Whether you come from a well-trained home, those struggles, because we're in an age of social media. There are so much flashy things. But this is what I always tell young men that want to make it in life, that your failures are part of your training ground.
Your failures are part of your training ground.
Yes. That you have tried, because some of them are complaining, but I don't try, I don't do this, I don't do this, I don't do this.
There's a feeling of frustration.
Yes, there's a feeling of frustration because they've tried this, they've tried that, and it looks like they are not hitting it big. No. Your failure is part of your training ground. Number 2, what failure does in the life of a young man is to build character that is absent in that young man.
What failure does in the life of a young man is to build character.
Yes, that is absent.
That is absent.
Yes. Because the way you are, if success hits your hand,
without that
experience
of failure,
yes, without the capacity that failure has helped you to build, you will be destroyed.
There's actually a Yoruba adage for it. The first money waste more pikin collect. Now they go use and chop.
Exactly.
By the time you don't first waste money, I go up.
Exactly. And let me add, Yoruba people also have the proverb that I don't know how to say, but I can say it in English, that a child that is not trained from home.
Now outside they go to town.
No, the house. He will go and sell his father's house.
Yes, so yeah. I know that. That was today.
He will go and sell his father's
later.
Exactly.
Go sell your
So some parents should not be surprised in their very before the roof over their head. They don't sell them. Because the child you refuse to train will not give you peace in your old age.
Oh, the child you refuse to train will not give you peace in your old age.
So that's what people should know. So the responsibility lies with us as fathers, lies with us as men. Because whatever we become today, or whatever we are today, is what the younger men will pick from. If I'm irresponsible, I don't expect my son to be responsible.
If I'm irresponsible, I don't expect my son to be responsible.
Yeah, because where will he learn the responsibility from?
There's no reference.
Yes, no reference, no model.
No model.
So that's the danger.
Some of these kids are angry.
Yes.
The anger trap, and some of them confuse being powerful to being loud and feared in the street. How do you teach a hot-headed 22-year-old to calm down and turn that anger into a control, like turn that anger into a positive thing?
Yes, and you are right. A lot of them are very angry. Either they are angry with themselves or
Or
they're
a father that has not
angry.
been there.
Yes, they're angry with the society. They are angry with their family, their parents, and all of that. But you know what? Anger could do two things. It could either make you change your trajectory positively, or it can swallow you up.
And you don't want it to swallow you up.
Yes, because anger will always lie in the bosom of fools.
Is any scripture? Yeah, you're right. 100.
Yes, but sometimes you can be angry for good reasons.
Is it the holy anger?
That you see, you get to a point in life where you just feel that I should have gone beyond this point. There is a constructive restlessness.
There's a constructive restlessness.
Yes. There's a constructive restlessness that tends towards becoming a better person. So you can channel all of that anger into productive adventure. So it's because until the young people stop blaming everybody but themselves.
No, I think it's a Gen Z.
Until they stop blaming everybody
they blame
but
everybody
themselves,
else except themselves.
then they are still children. Because once they are 22, 20, they just believe that they are adults. Yes, they are young adults. But life is not...
full of a lot of...
Yes, life is not a bed of roses. Life does not give you what you want. Life gives you what you command.
Life doesn't give you what you want. Life gives you what you command.
So,
not demand.
No, exactly. So, if you are not commanding life based on your path, you will blame everybody for your failure. But what does that teach us, really, for young men? Because the biggest challenge for our young men is the lack of self-control. And that is why you find them indulge. Because when life has pushed them, slap them left, right, and center, they are looking for the easiest way of escape. That escapist mentality is what has destroyed a lot of young men. Because they believe that
the weight of this pressure is too
much. So what do? They go into certain things that seem to create certain make-believe.
Illusion,
yes, around them. So it makes them escape from reality.
Into a false highness.
Absolutely. So it makes them go into that false reality. And because in that cocoon, they believe that that's paradise.
They really do believe
it's paradise. They believe that it's paradise and they stay there. But the truth is, when I clear,
you come back
to reality.
It's reality check go enter.
So I think for our young men, it's okay to be angry. But what are you angry
about?
There must be a cause. What are you angry about? There must be a cause. And you can always channel those anger into positive endeavors. That, come on, for every not too good young man that you have, there is another young good man that is doing something innovative, creative. The truth is, it is just the few bad ones that are loud. You have a lot of good 22s, 20, 21, 23 that are creating solutions.
True.
So when we look at all of these things, you also see that it's not all the young men. There are a lot of young men that are doing something big.
But even the social media algorithm doesn't tend to reward those code. Okay, like I'm going to give you a perfect illustration. Look at your TikTok app.
Yeah.
There's a portion of on TikTok that has there's a menu for STEM. You see there used to be there science,
Technology,
technology is there,
engineering,
engineering.
maths.
How many of our in short those watching now? How many people are aware that there's a STEM menu on your TikTok? Most people are not aware, and for those even aware, do they know what it means? No.
Yes.
And so there is a lot of there's lack of education or lack of exposure to those things. People are just sometimes I wonder if it's our society as Nigerians, because I can speak only of Nigeria that I'm very aware of, like, is it that because as Nigerians, I personally believe an average there's a stronghold of greed. Is if there's anything that is spiritual stronghold of greed upon this Nigerian society, and you sit in the politics, you sit in family, you sit in different sociocultural aspect of the society. So sometimes I keep wondering, now this spirit of greed they worry. People say they just want to gather amass. Even when they gather, it's never enough. You see it in our polity. People have loads loaded with money and connections and industries and real estate. It's never enough.
Yes, you see, I think you just mentioned something very important. Opposite of greed is contentment.
Contentment, yeah.
See, and I think we must understand this. A man without God's influence in his life, by default, is a man of discontentment.
A man without God's influence in his life, by default, is a man
of
discontentment.
That is his default setting.
He will never be satisfied.
Exactly. So, when you are dealing with these young people, you also ask, what is their background?
True.
Yes. So, if the fallen man, his default setting is discontentment, it then means for him to be content, he has to learn contentment. So contentment is not a gift.
Contentment is not a gift.
Yes. Contentment has to be learned.
So we all have to learn to be contented.
Yes.
I've never thought of that.
I don't want to be scriptural, but
please,
my background is I must go to the Bible because that's my forte. Paul said to the Philippians, he says, in the season of lack and in the season of abundance, I have learned to be
abound and obey.
Yeah. Exactly. So, contentment is learned.
Contentment is learned. Guys, contentment is learned. Learn. Let's learn it.
So, and that's why, and the question is, and the learning process is a difficult process. Because there is sacrifice that comes with learning.
Because your guy might be fortunate enough to have things going for him, but your own place is not that you are suffering.
Exactly.
But you have to just be grateful to God and manage through, rather than, or is it the competitive thing in us as men?
No, that's why I'm saying that, because our default setting as the fallen man is discontentment. Inherent in it is greed and covetousness.
Greed and covetousness.
Because it is greed and covetousness that produces discontentment. So, dealing with that, it's already a character flaw. It's already, so you find that a young man without God in his life is already an endangered species.
Oh boy, Michael, you heard that? A young man without God in his life is already an endangered species.
Because Solomon will say to us in Ecclesiastes, he says, remember the Lord your God in your youth. When you still have strength. When the windows of your mouth have not opened, that's your teeth
Your
have
teeth
not
are
started
not
falling
falling
out. You know, the light of your body has not gone dim.
Your eyes stay sharp.
Exactly. So, because at that default setting, there needs to be a transformation, which will bring about a mind shift. So, until that happens, the young men will be struggling with all the vices that is in our environment.
Hey.
So, the truth is that you and I has little to do when it comes to the point of really, really helping them. The best we are doing is what we are doing right now.
Having these conversations.
Having these conversations. To point them, to say to them that there is another way.
There is another way.
There is another way. But that way is narrow. It's narrow. It's very narrow, because when you go through that way, you can't go through with your excess luggages. So that way prunes you. That way trims you.
Disciplines you.
Yes. But how many of our young men
are willing
to go through that? So it boils down to the fact that life will always give us choices. So ours is to continue to speak. What you're doing with the valve is important.
Thank you.
Whether they hear or not, but I can tell you there are young men that are listening, that are watching. And what we are saying here today and what has been said previously and what will be said subsequently will plant some mustard seed.
Oh, yes.
Somewhere in their hearts.
Yeah.
That just requires a bit of watering and it will grow.
Blossom.
So I am not discouraged when I see all of those struggles. Mine is to play my role in ensuring that I become a light that they can look up to say,
I become a light that they can
look up to.
So
I'll do my best. I'll do my own passion. If you do yours, Michael does his part, I do my part. All men do their part. We will raise a generation of youth that are not only responsible, but will fulfill their God-given purpose.
Wow. The place of manning up, when we're all growing up, our parents, there are things that normally, is it wrong for a man to, because in trying to hide this, let me land the question. Is it wrong for a man to be emotionally
weak, appear
just be emotionally vulnerable? Say, okay, look, this condition, I don't like the way things are, blah blah blah, to even cry, because some of the things that has conditioned and affected most of our young people, even it affected me, several years back, that you want to hold everything in, you want to bottle up everything and feel okay, you can fight it, you can't, and that creates a situation whereby you can't go and meet people. Anyway, the lack and the non-availability of even people you can even talk to as role models or mentors, because that's another thing. I believe in our brothers from the Southeast. I believe in that culture of mentorship, that you go and serve somewhere, you learn a trade, not just trade now, learn character, precepts in business to succeed. I personally believe it. I believe in it a lot. I believe it's part of the process that guarantees you being a grounded person. So for me, is it the lack of mentors or role model? Is it the problem, or people just saying man up, you're a man, you're not supposed to cry, you're not supposed to show you're emotional, you're supposed to hold everything in, without any clear education on how to navigate through that storm?
Very, very important issue you have raised. Now the question is, because when you have to man up, you are talking about being masculine. Being strong.
Men know they cry.
Hard man.
But
the truth is that, where are you getting your definition of masculinity?
Where are you getting your definition of masculinity from?
Yeah, where? Who told you that men don't cry? Who told you that men lack emotions? Who told you that? You see, these are definitions that some systems are put together to make our young men believe that you got to be
Super Mario.
You are not an Avenger. Neither are you a Voltron.
Voltron.
Yes, you are not. Sometimes we watch these things. We watch Superman. We watch Batman. We watch Hawk. We watch all these guys. And we think that, Spider-Man, that these guys, they don't have blood and all of those things. No. I keep telling people, and this is the way I will answer this, is my definition as Chinedu, my definition of masculinity is who is my role model. I look unto Christ. And he is the Son of God. But on 2 occasions, we saw him cry, at least from the records of the scripture. So, men and young men listening, it is okay for a man to cry.
It's okay for a man to cry.
Number 2, it's also okay for a man to be vulnerable to some extent.
You're not perfect.
Because the truth is that God is not looking to work with a perfect person.
True. 100.
He's looking to work with a faithful heart. So, when you feel that you are trying to be manly and you don't have to show emotions, that's why as young men, we must belong to a circle of friends that genuinely have our interests
At heart. Coming to the next question, which is the place of loneliness, the need for, is it monthly or a circle of, I'm privy to be a leader of my, old school, old boys association. And one of the things, for some reason, because I see as in leadership, you see a lot of things, you see a lot of people, sicknesses, relationships that are falling apart, and so many things happening, different people. And there's this passion in me that, look, why can't we make this an enclave, like where we can, as men, there are a lot of people with good intention, but no resources. Some people they don't even need resources. Some, they just need someone to speak to their heart. They've never had a father spoke to them. Nobody has really spoken to their spirit that, look, you can do it. You can make it happen. So I see a lot of these things. What's the role of having those, how important is it, that community of like-minded men who will be there to charge and to encourage each other? What's the role of those relationships?
No, it's important. Man is a social being. Man naturally like relating. And
but they are introverted. There are some that they're alone.
No, yes, they are. But that does not mean they don't relate. It's just that they define their circle of relationship.
Yeah, relationship. Okay, true.
Yes,
true.
Take for me, I am not someone that is always up and about
everywhere.
Yes, but I have my circle of people that I can confide in, people I can open up to, people I can be genuinely vulnerable to, understanding that what I say to him, he keeps.
You are safe.
Yes, that's that circle that our discussions are safe. For those of us that are married, we are better off. For those of us that are married, especially if indeed you marry correctly, because there are those that didn't marry correctly. So
can you throw light on us marrying correctly and not marrying correctly?
Yes, because if you marry correctly, you see your wife as you.
Not as punching back. You saw the pic. I don't know if you saw it on social media. The guy that was punching the. I was like,
it's lack of
painful.
It's lack of understanding that when you get married to your sweetheart, your wife now, you stop being two persons. You become one. It's a mystery. And when you are punching that woman from that video, you are punching yourself. So, marrying correctly is on having the understanding that you are getting married to a destiny partner.
So whatever you do to her, you are doing to yourself.
To yourself. That is marrying correctly. So, within the confines of that relationship, you are expected to be 100% vulnerable. Because you are her crown.
You are her crown.
Yes. You know, the woman is expected to cover.
Yeah.
The woman is expected to cover the husband. It's a mystery. People don't understand that. You see, how the man is the head of the wife, as Christ
The head
is
of the church.
So the man is the man that's, you know. So the man covers the woman, and the woman submits to the man. So it takes a man to love the wife without any strings attached.
The role of submission, you talk about submission there.
Yes. Now, when you love unconditionally, which is expected, submission from your wife becomes easy.
What about these ladies, our beautiful ladies, our super intelligent ladies out there that have been baked in this postmodern feminist idea that, look, oh no, his choice is his choice, mine is mine. We are partners in this relationship, like they are business partners in this relationship.
You see, that's a wrong understanding of marriage.
So that's marrying wrong.
Yes, because the truth is that in marriage, there is no, this is for me, this is mine, this is yours.
They say it a lot too.
Yes, I know.
My money is my money, his money is our money.
It's a wrong understanding. However, it doesn't mean that you should lose your uniqueness.
Don't lose your uniqueness.
No.
Don't lose your identity.
Yes.
Don't lose yourself.
You don't lose yourself. You don't lose your uniqueness. But you are in a boat. It's called fellows in the same boat. Fellowship. So at that point, yours becomes hers. Yours becomes it's ours.
It's ours.
So if we treat it from that angle, then the marriage will do well. And when the marriage do well, it will affect the way we raise our children. But when you marry wrongly, you marry because you went into a space and you didn't ask question. You just met somebody and you slept that night and other things become history. No. Because for everyone that you marry, there is destiny at stake.
For everyone that you marry, there is destiny at stake.
That's why you need to marry right.
Oh, deep.
Yes.
You need to marry
because
right.
Your coming together is not just producing children only. It's not. There's eternity.
There is eternity.
So, God operates through families. So, God operates through families.
Yeah.
So, God is looking for families here on earth that He can use as a template, as a model for people to look at and copy. And that's why men must ensure that their homes becomes a center of kingdom activities.
Their home becomes a center of kingdom activity. God's rulership, God's governance over
the homes.
The home.
It's because sometimes I tell people, look, who created a man and a woman coming together?
In the first place.
It's God. It's like somebody asking me.
God, the marriage is his own idea.
Yes, it's his idea. Look at the. I know we are digressing a bit, But look at the procedure. It was God that brought the woman to the man.
Yeah. Presented the woman
Yes.
to the man.
It is God. God took the man and said, look. And he kept quiet to see
The reaction of the man.
man. Remember that before now, the man had named all the animals. And the scripture said anything Adam called them,
They became. True.
So God was looking at, let me see what Adam will call this one. God did not call a woman.
It was Adam.
Exactly. It was Adam. So it then means that marriage should not be treated with levity.
Marriage should not be treated with levity.
Because there's so much embedded in marriage that if we do it right, humanity will be better off.